popularity. Oh, how do I see messages and stuff? Where's the comments? Top chat, live chat, super chat. One person, whoever you are, can you put a comment on so I can see if it pops up? It's a bit new to me. Oh god, there's 5 of them here now. 6. Here we go. Can somebody put a comment on, see if I can actually see comments? Hey up. Fat truckers in the house. Thank you very much, I can see the comments. We need to build a bit of suspense, so there's only 6 of you here. You're going to have to wait around. Chuck some feedback at me while I drink Stella. Oh, 6 in a bus are in. Hey up, brother! John's in.
Who, John?
Yeah, John's in. Poppy Brightwood's in. Go, I've got 11 on. No, I am Mr. Popularity. Slumber 2. We'll get on to that. We're going to get on to that. Before we do the big reveal, we will get on to that, because obviously Slumber 24 slipped into conversation a couple of times this week. John and Terry are in, John Bourne, we've got 25 people on. God, I'm getting nervous now. There's actually people watching me. Rough and Ready. D&B Raver, I'm sure that's Whiskers. Siggy Roger, mate, because it's Whiskers. I'm watching you on the TV whilst chatting on my phone. Big time famous, you're not wrong. 34 people watching. John's only just feeling well again.
I think
You
that's Donna.
is it? You and me both. We've been working, doing carriage stuff all week. We haven't had time. Like after this, I'm going to hibernate for 2 days straight. Chris Fletcher's in, Kev Thompson, Kieran.
I think it is. It might be John. Chris is in. Looking forward
Robert
to
Crowther. I'm doing very well now. Doing very well now. We're feeling much better. Calm down a little bit. Evans Van Life. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hope you're feeling a bit more alive. Yeah, definitely feeling. To be fair, I think both of us we're a bit ill. We are quite poorly. I think stress and lack of sleep over the weekend has come out and really sort of crippled us into a stinking cold, and we've been working all weekend. But we are, after this, we're going to hibernate for 48 hours straight.
Oh, Chris. The smoke's coming out 5 fingers.
From editing photos. Good. You need to come round and with your USB drive or whatever, so we can have a look through these pictures, because I'm mega excited to see what you've managed to get. I had a big plan in my head, of what to talk about. Pissed off out that window, if I'm honest. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to talk about now. I'm just going to waffle.
Lucas says hello.
6 in a bus watching from a curry house. That's a bit disappointing. I haven't had any tea. I've had toast. Oh, we've had a sandwich, haven't we? We have had toast and a sandwich today.
Lucas said, where's his hello?
Oh, I missed him. I'm ever so sorry, Lucas. He's folding his pants. I'll tell everybody. No, Chris. If I'm completely honest, I completely forgot. Does YouTube need Stella to work as well? It does, yeah. It's my iPad. It's like the telehandler and the pickup truck. If there's not a can of Stella within 10 feet, it don't work. Yeah, pants. You're folding your pants, Lucas. You've just sent us a Snapchat saying you're folding your clothes, so you definitely got pants in there, so you're definitely folding your pants. Been doing more bin duty today because I've had to go and fill more skips. Okay, his phone's ringing.
My mum.
45 people in. So, after Soth, I mean, we didn't even finish. Evening, Rusty Red and Roman. Hello, Dawn. So, after Soth, we have had. We was packing up till Tuesday, Wednesday. Was it Wednesday we let the cows back in? So there's a lot of work to do there. Thankfully, a few of the volleys stayed. I've really helped us get all packed up right to the end. Even Gavin from Huggy Tree, I think that was a bit of an eye-opener for him, because I don't think he'd ever seen someone smashing a telehandler into a skip to squash all the rubbish down before. He looked quite excited by that. And he helped us herd the cows in his fluorescent clothes, which was, again, I think a bit of an eye-opener for him when I said, do you mind herding a few cows? But cows back in the field. We've then got home, and this has been our house for God knows how long now, because we've just been in here every hour that God sends, getting Kerry caught up on her work. Here she is, look, running off.
My mum's trying to get on.
Oh. And so we haven't stopped working. We've been out 11, 12 o'clock every night in here getting Kerry caught up with her work. We're caught up now, and we're going to be sleeping for 2 days straight. She's gone, she's on the phone, she's trying to get her geriatric mum logged into YouTube. And now, obviously in between that, we've been totting up totals, counting the money, making sure we've got all the bills paid. And if I'm honest, I think I've got this right. I'm not a bookkeeper. I'm just a guy who had a mad idea and something happened. So we're pretty sure we've got all the invoices, if not paid. We've totted them up, because some of them ain't got payment details, stuff like that. So, but we've totted them all up right. All the expenses going out, all the things coming in, pretty sure we've got it all right. And during that time, while we've been pottering around in Kerry's little workshop, Soft 24 has been mentioned a couple of times, shall we say. So many more. We've got people wanting to come on board. We've got somebody who's going to take over distribution and production of our merch. So he's going to send me through some samples, things such as hoodies, cups, t-shirts, stickers that everybody wants. So he's going to take over that for us. We're going to be selling them via our website, which is www.slumberontheHumber.co.uk. Once I'm Craig in Durham, doing a bit much on the van, watching you. Can't go on chat, sends his love. Thank you, Craig.
I can't go on chat either, but hi to everybody.
So they're going to be taking over the merch side. We're going to sell it via our website, and then ship all the orders to them. They're going to ship the orders straight to you guys. Use them as a bit of a drop shipping service. And it's a member of the van life community, so they get to, it's like helping them, helping us, which is great, which is what we want. So that's been discussed. New venues have been discussed. Who did the website? It's that. Brilliant. Well, I did, but you probably noticed I am as dyslexic as they come. Kerry's already pointed out a gajillion spelling and grammar mistakes, because apparently even Bill Gates can't make a piece of software that can make me look smart. But I like the look of it. I'm not a web designer. I've knocked it together on a free. The dogs are barking on just a free website building platform jobby. It's all right. Just wants a bit of spell checking, so we'll get on with that. I'll let Kerry deal with that. Are you literally spell checking now? Are you? Kerry is literally spell checking the website as we speak. We needed that beforehand. I didn't realise how easy it was if you use one of these. Don't forget M&V creations for the next festival, please. Drop us an inbox, messages via the website. You can message us via the website now. If you want to drop us a message via the website, that would be wonderful. Who just sent me some money?
Oh, from Ready.
What the hell? Right, can I just be clear? That the YouTube is connected to me. I don't want. Yeah, that's. I don't know how that works. I didn't even know you could do that. This is the first live I've ever done. But obviously the YouTube channel is me, not the. I'm rough and ready. It doesn't matter so much. If you want your £3 back, you can have it back. But I just want to make sure that everybody is very, very, very aware that this is my YouTube channel, and we haven't, as I say, we've not taken any money out of the charity. What are you doing? Right. So yeah. So that is linked into my monetization. So if you're sending money through there, that is going into my pocket, and I don't want anyone to be under any illusion that that we, yeah, just so you. Thank you very much, Rough and Ready. It means the world. I just wanted to be clear on that because I didn't even know you could do that. That was
Yes, do I? How
this-
do you do
yeah.
that?
I have no idea. So yeah. So I don't want to go into too many details because, but we do need a new venue. If there's any critique that anybody's got, then I'm pocket money for being a good lad. If anybody's got any critiques, because I know these guys have got big critiques. I'm thick-skinned. I can take critiques. I have got many, 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 many critiques of my own that I can't wait to work on for Soft 24. But one of them is the venue. We've got a few little things on the venue that we want to change, and we can't do that at the venue we was at. As much as it pains me, because we loved being at the farm, we loved having Paul around. Paul was an absolute godsend over the weekend for us, whether it be with witty banter, discarding of full cans of Stella, or chatting up ladies. He was a godsend. The use of his telehandler and his truck made the job so much easier and possible to do. However, there's a few issues. My only critique: the weekend didn't last long enough. Yeah, that's well, that could possibly be worked on with the new venue, Chris. How out of fate, and I can't go into this too much because there's absolutely nothing set in stone, but my friend came and said, do you fancy going to a specific place that I'm not going to mention because it'll give too much away, this evening? And while I was there, we got chatting about, what are you doing? I cried enough over the weekend. Can you pack it in? So I went to a specific place with my friend, pure fate. Got into trouble a bit with the wife because I was supposed to be helping her get all her orders done. But I did go, and I'm so glad that I did, because while I was in this particular place, I was chatting about soft to a few people, and somebody walked over and said, if you're looking for a venue, fat trucker, thank you. Right, anyway, if
Don't mind poking out. I'm ready for a gin night with my missus.
he said, if you're looking for a new venue, what do you reckon to this place? And showed me it on Google Maps. Now, I can't say too much because we've not even been in contact with the person that owns it, but they do put festivals on there, so there should be no reason why we shouldn't be able to have it there. But what I can tell you is that if we can pull this new venue off, the venue is going to knock Soft 23's venue clean out the park. It's better. Logistics are going to be a nightmare because we're going to lose Paul unless we can bring him in as a professional telehandler driver for the weekend. But yeah, I'm mega excited about this new venue if we can pull it off.
I'm trying to set up YouTube so I can comment.
You've got YouTube.
What, let me?
Well, why do yeah. 1 minute while I sort the Wi-Fi out. I do apologise about this tardiness. There you go. You logged in as Stevens on tour. Clever girl now. She's logged in. She can comment. She only so she can give. She's just going to give me jip, isn't she?
I don't normally watch videos.
No, she's never watched a video of ours in her life. So come on, I've not seen one bad thing yet. There's got to be critiques. There's got to be something. Something we can change. Something we can do a bit better. I know I've got things in my head. Like evening Tomo. Oh God. Kerry's in the house now. So there's got to be something that we can improve on for next year. I know the general buzz of the festival was amazing and you all really enjoyed it, but I've got 1,000,001 things going around my head that I want to make better for next year. So there's got to be something. You can't all just be really, 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 really nice. You know, you've got to be able to pick something. Well, perfect then. Is that your phone ringing?
No.
What is it? It's my vibrating. So,
Sandy messaging me.
on to, like, building up to the money. We've been on for 15 minutes now. The money was a massive, thank you for a great festival. Me and the family really enjoyed it. Looking forward to next year. Amazing. Oh, deleted it. Bigger hay bales to sit on, please. So, there was a funny story about the hay bales. Obviously, we cropped a hayfield to have soft, and I forgot to mention to Paul that we was wanting to wait for a service to bring beer to vans, please. I forgot to mention to Paul that we wanted some hay bales for that festival field, and he baled his up with his baler, which are gigantic, massive, great things. You need a telehandler to carry him around, which would have been too big. So we looked around to buy hay bales because we'd got all this hay and none of it was any good. So we went around, looked on Facebook Marketplace. Obviously, I wanted to get them as cheap as I possibly could, so we weren't taking too much money away from the charities. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and found last year's hay stock. The majority of them made the truck journey back from that farm to this farm. Then they had to be stocked in the barn. Then they had to be unstacked from the barn and taken down to the acoustic tent. Then they had to be dragged out just before the weekend. By the time we'd done all that, they started dropping to bits a bit. So maybe newer hay bales would be a good way to sort that out for next time. But yeah,
Plastic wristbands.
What was it? Plastic.
Plastic wristbands, please.
Again, right? So plastic. So what we wanted to do after attending
£500 more for plastic wristbands.
Yeah.
It was.
So after attending the Van Life Festival, we really wanted the material ones that Damo had. We loved that. We really wanted it. For those material ones, how much were the material ones?
I don't know, but I know the plastic ones were £500 more.
Yeah. So the paper ones, for argument's sake, were £100. The plastic ones were £500 more to have the same amount of wristbands. So that went from £100 to £600. These figures are they're just nonsense figures coming out of my head. I don't know, but I've got a feeling that then the material ones were 3 times as much again. So it was like £1,500 or something stupid for the material ones. So we dropped to the plastic ones. We looked at the price of the plastic ones, and we just couldn't justify it. We would have loved that memento that you could have kept forever and ever and ever, but we just couldn't justify it this year. Mainly because you lot got an absolute bargain at £50 for the weekend. So blame yourselves you didn't get plastic wristbands. Now, Sean's just messaged me on Facebook Messenger. So Sean is at Camp Festival. So Sean went straight from Soth. He came back, he helped us count, and he then shot off to Camp Festival. So he's now running security at Camp Festival. So if anybody's at Camp Festival and you see Sean walking around, make sure you give him a big hi and a big wave and a big hug and a big kiss. So we really want to go with adult material ones for next year, and I think now we've got a bit of momentum and a bit of backing behind us. I think we might be able to get a good deal. I like to think so, and if not, with the raising ticket prices, obviously, because they were ridiculously cheap, it gives us a bit more freedom to have nice things like fabric wristbands and what have you.
That is true. Whatever you do with the bells, the kids will still kick them apart.
That is, you're gonna have to. You're doing a good job of flicking messages to me there, because they only stay on my screen for a couple of seconds. The wellness tent would have been better a bit further from the big noise. Yeah, agreed. So originally, you see the field that you walk through, the field that you actually walk through from sort of Paul's farm, and you walk through that field and you notice there was a big vast space there that was as not unused. So originally we were going to go in that field as well, and the wellness tent was going to be in that field, so it was away from the noise. But because obviously that field literally bordered the residential properties, we struggled with licensing, and we had to submit that field and stop, not use it. So we did have a little bit more space originally, and we had more space to be able to get the wellness area away from the loud music. If we get this new venue, there is more scope to be able to move things such as wellness area away from the main stage, and possibly also have like a quiet camping area that's like an absolutely chill zone, you know. So I know a few people got kept up in the night, which happens at every festival, and if I'm honest, it's usually me doing it. Gonna be brutally honest. I'm usually the guy, but obviously because it was my festival, I was like, shut up. Don't know if I've missed it. How much did you raise? Stick around, Kyle. Stick around. We're building up to it. We're building up with 20 minutes. I've got 76 people here. But yeah. So as far as what was raised, I will start sort of. Get stall holders just serving some cut saving waste or more place to recycle. Yeah. We did. Obviously, we tried with the can bag, but something we did wrong. One of the things that we need to sort out is I didn't put a rubbish bag next to that. It was like we put it down and then we ended up dropping some toilets, and then the rubbish bag was next to the toilets, and the cans ended up full of dog poo bags and all sorts. So they never got recycled because I wasn't swimming through dog poo for nobody. Maybe put the wellness area in the middle of the camping area. Again, I think in the middle of the camping area you might get, and you're going to have to tell everybody around the wellness area to shut up and stop enjoying themselves. But we're going to try and get it right buried in a corner wherever we do it, and try and push it as far away from everything as we possibly can. But yeah, so as far as obviously if we start working towards what money we've raised, now I was genuinely terrified. Showers, yes, that is on a I'm going to keep going off on tangents, seeing questions. So, is that Peach snoring? Yeah, can you hear her? They're literally, hang on. Literally. You can see him laid down there. Fantastic weekend, mate. Didn't hear anything bad. Great. So, there we go. Is that right? I don't know what I've done now. That's better. Where was I? Showers, yeah, I would love to try and add showers. I think how we would pay for to help pay for them using it, I don't know how that would work. I can maybe ring around a few people, but and again, this is how I'm getting onto this, with like ticket prices obviously going up because 50 quid was just ridiculous on our part, because we was terrified we was even going to have enough money to pay for all the bills, never mind anything else. A shop on site, that is, with next year's venue we could potentially get a shop on site, or if we get this venue that I'm really hankering for and I'm really excited about, it's pretty much in walking distance to a shop anyway, so that won't be too much of an issue. Yeah, charge per person, not per van. So what my plan was is to have a pitch and then a per person, keeping them all reasonable. When you add it up, it comes to a reasonable figure still, but more money for the charities. More loos. Yeah, so if you was in the camping area, the comments going off my screen really quickly, so I didn't get to read the full comment. But if you was in the camping area, the loos were a bit of a guess. I'm going to be completely honest. We asked the company how many loos we needed per 1,000 people, including alcohol consumption. They told us how many loos we needed. Spreading the loos out was a bit of a guess. And now I know we kind of split it down the middle, maybe a little bit more in favour of the show field, which obviously there was less people but more alcohol being consumed throughout all day. So in our head we thought, well, you're all going to come from your vans, you're then going to come down to into the show field, you're going to sit there drinking beer all day and filling them toilets up, and then by the time you go back you're probably going to have a pee and go to bed. That was what we thought, and it was admittedly it wasn't quite right. I know people in the camping field were saying that they needed there was getting like really close to needing emptying. So yeah, that's we're working on that, making sure we get that split and that divide a little bit better for next time. But yeah, moving on back onto pricing, we charged it out at 50 quid, which was ridiculous. The reason we charged it out at that price is because in my head I was expecting to be able to get sponsors. We got none. We didn't have a single sponsor. Yeah, right.
You have literally got 5 minutes. Suspense is killing me.
Yeah, I'm building up to it now. So we didn't think we didn't get any sponsors. So when we thought we would, that was why we tried to keep the price low. We tried to make it cheap for you, and push some of the funds onto the sponsors, and we got none. We expected to get cheaper facilities. You know, we thought what would have been for charity, would be able to maybe get cheaper toilets, cheaper this, cheaper that, the other. And a few people let us down, meaning we had to get people in last minute, which cost more than we expected. I genuinely thought we wouldn't make any money out of this. I was panicking, and I was very, very worried. But over the weekend, we did phenomenally. You guys really dig deep, whether it be in the wellness area or just in the rattle buckets. There was the sale of the cups at the bars. Simon Bateman, my beer's now warm. So over the weekend, now remember we had everything to pay out still, and I was worried that the ticket sales would just cover the infrastructure. I can't believe how much infrastructure costs. Ridiculous. So the ticket sales, I was hoping was going to cover the ticket sales, was going to cover the infrastructure, sorry. And then the weekend money was going to be what we raised. That was the plan. So over the weekend, we raised, so this is just you guys digging deep over the weekend, we raised, oh, my iPad's leaning on it. Over the weekend, we raised £3,818.23. On top of that, we got about $6, a couple of dimes, and some euro cents. We've literally got a little stack of funny money. Oh, and also 2 old quids. So that was the money that was raised purely over the weekend. Now with ticket sales, obviously the ticket sales also, and then we also had the GoFundMe, which after GoFundMe have took their little cut, we got like another £590.41. A couple of donations have gone in today. One or two donations have gone in today after that figure, but at the time I totted it up, it was at £590.41 being paid out to Slumber on the Humber. As I've said, I could never have expected how much infrastructure was going to cost, from fencing, marquees, we've got skip hire, the fire extinguishers, the security, all the stone to stone the roads up, to make it accessible for you. Don't get too excited yet, fat trucker. I haven't finished babbling yet. Lighting towers, fencing. You don't realise how much stuff costs until you start booking it yourself. It was so expensive, like really expensive. But once we'd got all that paid off, and what added to it, what we made over the weekend, have I missed anything?
Don't know.
I'm just waffling.
Yeah.
I'm just waffling. So we added everything up, put it all together, and a total raised, after all expenses have gone out, was... The dog thinks someone's at the door now. The total raised after everything else had gone out, say it, was £3,662.74 per charity. Per charity. £3,662.74 per charity. So that's £3,662.74 going to Mind, and also £3,662.74 going to the Bearded Fisherman. That could go up. I'm certain I've got all the. I'm not going to show it. I've literally got a book and we've just been scribbling. I'm certain I've got everything itinerised as far as infrastructure and bills and payments in. But I'm just a dumb lad from Barton, so I'm going to get someone a bit smarter to check it over, but I really wanted to get that number out to you. But there are still things coming in. So, but yeah, this is look everybody now. So the grand total was £7,325.49 raised. So I know you've all heard what you want to hear now, so you probably all start buggering off because it's getting late on a Friday night. But what we do need to remember is the marquees, they're ours. They're our marquees now. We paid for them out of the money. So next year we don't have to pay for them. The bell tent, although it needs some bits and bobs because we bought it second hand and got a bit messed about with it, that's ours. We've got a kilometre of that orange fencing and pigtails. They're ours. The signs, we can use them again next year. They're ours. So a lot of that stuff is going to make sure that we've already got a lump ready for next year. What we're also going to do moving forward, as I say, we have got a merch guy coming on to help us sell it via our website. So throughout the year, we're going to do a couple of little fundraisers. I know a couple of people want to do fundraising exercises for us, and I've spoke to my eldest Alfie if he wants to go and do the 3 Peaks. And I think Andy, one of our volunteers, is also keen to do it. So we're going to have a little group 3 Peaks expedition and raise some money. And any money that we raise to need to start getting bits for next year's raffle. Any money that's raised throughout the year is going to be kept to. So we've got a starting block for next year. We started from scratch this year. We literally started from zero. And because I said I would donate 100% of the profit raised, we are now starting from zero again next year because everything that's raised. See if you can find a volunteer fundraiser 24. Must be soft fan out there who is good at that stuff. So throughout the year, we're going to do some fundraisers. As I say already, I've said I'm going to do the 3 Peaks with Alfie, and also Andy's keen to do it from the volunteers. So that's going to be one thing we're going to do. I know Mickey B. A lot of you don't know Mickey B, but he's a bit of a legend in our community. He's also going to do a couple of fundraisers. He does them all the time, and he said he'd love to get involved and do a couple of fundraisers throughout the year to get us going. So we're going to, sponsors. So that's another thing because the
my mum's watching.
Where was I? I just read a comment and then it's made my much ballpark for next year's trader ticket. I will get back to it ASAP, but it won't be ridiculous. It will not be ridiculous. So, oh God, where was I going? It's gone. I've lost whatever I was going to say. Because I can't process too many things at once. Mickey B is a legend. But yeah, so we're going to do some fundraising throughout the year. So we've got a bit of a starting block for next year. So I've got my eyes on an amazing venue, as long as we can pull it off. Sponsors, that's where I was at. Yes, so sponsors. Somebody mentioned sponsors. We tried this year and didn't get any, but since Soth, a few doors have started opening. People are wanting to suddenly get on board, which I don't fully blame them for not wanting to get on board in the first place. Obviously, you guys supported us. You guys came out in your droves to support us, but we couldn't get a sponsor on board at all. So we've already got a couple of people wanting to sponsor us. So it just helps. It helps get a few quid in so we can start putting money into infrastructure.
Bad feedback. Can you stick to the planned time of raffle next year?
The planned time of the raffle. We was never going to win with that. So a lot of people were, obviously we had people coming from Scotland, the Isle of Wight, Cornwall, there was everywhere, and they needed to set off first thing in the morning. So we did agree if we could sell out, then the raffle, we drew the raffle early. We did send the kids and a couple of volleys around the campfield to tell everybody, and if your raffle ticket got called out and you wasn't there, it was stuck on a prize and put in the tent. So even if you weren't there, so if you didn't win, you didn't lose because you weren't there and we just called them a ticket. We didn't. We put the tickets on to make it fair for those that had not got the updated time. But yeah, sorry, we're going to do the raffle on the Saturday to make sure that the people are leaving on the Sunday have got fair chance, because some people had to leave early doors on Sunday. But yeah, I can't believe we've still got 73 people in like here and interacting. Cause
Stephen Walker's put needs to be a day ticket as well.
yeah, so again with the new venue, I know I keep mentioning this new venue. If we can pull this venue off,
But
day
not
tickets.
something I would want.
Kerry doesn't want day tickets. Where I've got my reservations with day tickets, because I always say I'll say poop because we're on YouTube, but you don't poop where you eat. No, you don't. You don't poop where you sleep. So the people who are sleeping there are less likely to come in, get tanked up on beer and cause trouble because you might be sleeping next to the person that you're causing trouble with. And that's where the van life community are fantastic at what they do. And you all come along, you all have a good time. You don't have to do day tickets. It's not worth the hassle.
Agreed.
And Kerry agrees.
Woman after my own heart.
Woman after Kerry's own heart, Joanne. That is something that we are worried about. One of the reasons we didn't have day tickets this year because it was so rural. You're basically encouraging drink driving because there's no way people were going to walk home. They was going to drive. If we had the space for parking, they would have drove down. They would have drunk, and some people would have been drink driving home, and we would not want that. I liked it without day tickets. It had a great vibe as it was. Agreed. It's a very, very tough call because you guys and the van life community as a whole, I'm speaking to, the reason that field's been left in such a great state. You guys went up onto the banking and cleaned up the rubbish which had been left behind by local people. Not all local people, but local people. So that is hard work because I know you guys are going to respect the area, you're going to respect us, you're going to respect the festival. I'm not saying that everybody that lives in and around us are all disrespectful people, of course they're not, but it's hard. It's going to be a tough. Yep, change my mind. No day ticket. Yeah, and that's where we stand with day tickets.
It's not the only one. That's
How? No, so people. We've had so many people wanting day tickets. It's a massive thing. But if you go to Van Life Festival and everything, they all have day tickets and they don't get trouble caused. I'll probably speak to Damo, to be fair, because I don't know what time he kicks his day visitors out. So if people just want to come in, walk around the festival, enjoy a bit of daytime music, looking at the vans, and then they get kicked out at whatever time, tea time, maybe not so much. But if they're staying into the night and drinking more and more alcohol, that's when I think things get a little bit more tricky. So I am going to speak to, I think I'll have a chat with Damo because he's the only person that I really know that runs an event of that scale that accepts day visitors. So whenever my next chinwag with him, I'll put that question to him and see what sort of time he kicks them out, how he measures the day visitors, has he ever had any trouble from day visitors. We've got a year, so we can really have a good think about it. But yeah, £3,662.74 for each charity. Absolutely incredible. I told Sean earlier, I messaged Sean, told him, and I said to him the same. I said, we've got £3,662.74. And he said, wow, that's amazing. And then I said, per charity, and he cried. So I'm pretty buzzing with that. Kicked out at 11 PM at Van Life Festival, I'm pretty sure. Well, that was obviously our plan. We've been we've batted some ideas about Van Life Festival at the Hall, Scampton, no day ticket. Oh, do day tickets, sorry. Will it be around the same dates? Yeah, so we're going to aim for the same dates. I've had a few people local say I've clashed with Humber Street Sesh, which is in Hull, which is like I'm guessing it's a bit of a sesh in a street in Hull. We clashed with them. We also clashed with two other events. Healing Festival, which is healing the place, not healing like I'm healing, and also a horse show. My message to
and with Gio's event as well.
Oh yeah, Gio's event, which is another local mental health event, which I don't really want to clash with. That's the one out of all of them I don't want to clash with. The rest of them, I will be working this event around van life events because that is the mass majority of people that are coming to this event. I won't not do the event on a weekend because a local event is also on. Because the majority of the community need me to work it around van life events, not what's going on in the local community. So yeah, I'm not really bothered about local events because the majority of the people that want to come and enjoy this event are van lifers, so I need to make sure, or van enthusiasts, so I need to make sure I'm not clashing with, you know, other van events. That's my main goal. But yeah, it will be around the same time. That's the time I'm thinking, and I've got in my head. Again, you never know. Depending on where we have to move venue, we might need to change it slightly because of whatever type of field that we use, or if it's already in use. So, but I will try and keep it around the same time because I think it worked. I think it worked quite well. It works well for us.
I like that, Lucas.
What?
And Ghoul and Donny Pride, same dates, but sod them.
Sod them. Yeah. I think I'm actually running out of things to say. I think a lot of you over the weekend saw a side to me I don't show to anybody, which is the big soppy bugger side. So I apologise if I snotted snot all over your best blouse while I was spending all weekend crying. The only van event you clashed with was a VW event, but they happen most weekends. Yeah, to be fair, I'm not worried about clashing with VW events either, because the hardcore VWers wouldn't have come to our event anyway because there was dirty muggles with different vans at our event, and we're inclusive and we love everybody, no matter how much, you know, if you've got a Ford badge or a Citroen badge or a Volkswagen badge, you're welcome. There's no, you know, there's no class at our event. There's no, you don't have to have a particular van or mindset. Or you have to have a particular mindset. It has to be a good one. Worked amazing. You should be very proud of yourselves. So proud to attend a local event. Thank you. No, thank you. You even had caravans. Yeah, that's it.
Tents.
Yeah, and tents. But I said from the beginning, if you have a stick with a tarp over it, come in that. You know, people came in the cars, literally just put an airbed in the back of the car. People came in just a transit van with an airbed in the back of it because they wanted. Will it be
by the sea? Somebody asked.
Will it be beside it? Well, it'll be beside the Humber estuary, which is where we are. It's not actually the sea, as you can tell by the colour. It's brune, not blue. But yeah, it will be along the Humber estuary. Wherever we have it, I have stipulated, and all the people that I've been speaking to and saying, look, we're looking for a new venue, I have stipulated it kind of needs to be by the Humber, because if it's not, the name's a bit daft. Festival there. So yeah, if it's not by the Humber, then it's going to have to be called Slumber Nowhere Near Kinhumber, so don't have the same ring to it. So we are looking, the place I've got in mind and I'm really getting my heart set on is again by the Humber, and I've messaged a few local farmers that have fields that back onto the Humber to see what they can sort out. So somewhere along the Humber estuary is where I am aiming for. Yeah, otherwise the name's a bit daft. Hooray to the Brown River. It's pretty nice, to be fair. If you're driving over the Humber Bridge, I always say it's got a good side and a bad side, depends which way the sun's shining on it. When the sun glares off it, it looks pretty, and when the sun don't glare off it, it looks like brown water. It worked as it had sensible rules, not stupid rules for rules' sake. Make it inclusive. Making it inclusive. Oh yeah, I mean, what for? She said it was good because you made it inclusive. Basically. Yeah, definitely. I wanted it to be inclusive, and I mean, I think if you're running an event for mental health and it's not inclusive, you know, and reachable for everybody, then it kind of defeats the object of running it for mental health, because everybody should be able to come and enjoy it. When you say "oh, welcome," no matter what vehicle, means a lot. Nice one. Yeah, well that's. So, boss, get some food and beer. I've got beer. I've got 64 people watching me. He just wants to Snapchat me. That's what it is. Yeah, I've got an audience. I feel like Robbie Williams. I'm gonna belt a tune out for you all in a minute. How did the local movement next to the field receive the event? Were they positive after it? So I'm not I'm not going to pick anybody out, but everybody was welcoming, and over the weekend we had a positive rapport with everybody, but some have still said they don't really want a festival in the back garden, which is fine. This is why we're looking for a new venue. Even though over the weekend we did everything we could to make them comfortable, but at the end of the day, somebody rocks up and does a festival in your back garden, you know. When we drive over the Humber Bridge, we say that about Hull on the way out. What? That it looks crap. Is it what?
Thomas, but we're just waiting to see Kerry's face.
Everybody's just hanging on Seagull. We've still got 66 people waiting to see your face, Kerry.
No chance.
I can't believe only 9 of you have liked this video. There's 66 of you and 9 of you have bothered to just go like that and press like.
What do you have to do?
I ain't got a clue. I've never watched a live and I've never done a live, but I've just seen it at the top. It says there's 66 people and I've got 9 likes.
Fishing companion on the Humber raise money. What's that?
Fishing companion on the Humber raise money. Can you elaborate?
Fishing
Hey, we've got 10
companion
likes.
on the Humber to raise money.
Competition. That's all correct. They meant to put competition,
Paul's
I'm guessing.
ringing me.
Paul's ringing you.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Paul on the phone now.
Hello?
We've got a caller.
He is, yeah.
Click
He's
on the
still
button,
on.
peeps. Oh yeah, we're still on, Paul. Get him a loudspeaker. Let him talk to the
hang on a
masses.
minute. You've got to be on
Hang on.
loudspeakers. Be careful what you say.
Yeah, Paul, don't swear.
I won't swear.
I won't swear.
Apart from my car effing broke down.
So Paul's on. It doesn't matter what you do. Paul's on his way to Flamingo Land and he brought down on the way there. So he's had a grand day.
Said it'd be fun. Let's go camping. Yeah, right.
Well, you know, once you'd experienced a weekend at Slumber on the Humber, you should have known that anything after that was just going to be a big disappointment, Paul.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I've got a gold star for the worst tent put up.
Yeah?
I paid 100 quid second hand. We've never had it out of the packet. Got out of a garden shed, and yeah, it's good. Just no instructions. So me and 3 kids putting it up. It doesn't look bad, but there's a thunderstorm on its way, so we'll see who's wet in the morning. Are you announced how much you raised yet, then, kid?
Yeah, do you know? Have you not seen it?
No, I can't see it now. Kids
Right.
like to watch it, but there's no internet here.
Ah.
We're busy and chasing kids around. And
So, just in case there's anybody here that's Claire Jackson, I'll get back to you in a minute. Just in case there's anybody here that wasn't here when we announced it, we did £3,662.74 per charity. So that's a total of over £7,000 raised after all the expenses.
this is future. I thought it was one charity.
No, we did Mind and the Bearded Fisherman, so it's been split between two.
So in total it's 7,000.
Yeah, 732,549 in total.
It's good that.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of expenses gone into it for the first one.
Yeah. It'll be, it's good. Right, I'm just going to, I forgot what the question
I'll
was.
let you crack on, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to sort the kids out. I just want to know what it was, you see, 'cause I can't watch it.
Yeah, but yeah, over 7,325 quid total.
Yeah, alright, mate.
Alright, cool. See you later. Thanks for the farm. Stickers. So somebody, I forgot what it was now, somebody just asked about stickers. We have got a merch person come on board. I chatted with him this morning over the phone, and come on, Kerry, show us them glasses. And
Making me nervous.
so somebody's coming on board and he's going to take over our hoodies and t-shirts because we've had some issues with those with the big company that we're using because it's a big corporate company. This is somebody from the van life community who wants to come in and help out. But he's also going to do stickers, mugs, all that type of stuff, and we're going to be selling them via the website, and then he's going to take the orders and ship them out to you. So basically going to be using him as a drop shipping service, but he is a member of the van life community, so I'm pleased to be helping him to help us. So yes, stickers are coming. There should be in the next couple of days, he said he's going to get some photographs of samples sent over to me. So we should be able to let you know over the coming days. Claire Jackson, that's who it was. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, so over the next coming days we're going to get stickers sorted out, but also we'll have other things available. If you go on the website now, if anybody didn't get a festival cups are on the website now. So I've put them on and I've put them for sale, but I've yet to work out how we get the money out of the website. But if anybody wants to try, you're more than welcome to go onto the website, which is www.slumberonthehumber.co.uk, and click on the online store, and then you should be able to buy a festival cup if you haven't got one, if you didn't get one over the weekend. And I've got no idea. You're getting proper goaded, aren't you? The more you goad her. The problem is if she turns round, I'll have to turn the lights off because her bright red cheeks will light the room up that much. Just thought leather cap badges with the Slumber logo on it. Yeah, I can't see. I will speak to. Why we could do them? Can we? We can do leather, can't we? Kerry's going to shoot me because I'm adding things to her list.
Not really.
Not really. Got enough to do. Yeah, I've got enough to do.
You just get the praise for it.
Yeah, I just get the praise. That's only because you won't come in front of the camera. It's like, you get all the praise and everybody loves you and everybody comes up to you and everybody speaks to you and everybody loves you. Well, put yourself in front of the people, Kerry. Oh, looks like the wheels have fallen off a chair because she don't want to turn around. So yeah, it's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster doing Soth. I've vowed never to do it again. On sort of like Friday afternoon, I was like, this is never happening again. But by Sunday, you lot had picked me up, put me back together, and yeah. That's because we hardly saw Kerry. No, that's apparently she was working really hard somewhere. No kiss, keep it simple. Stupid is the motto, more is less. I didn't understand that. No kiss, keep it simple.
I don't know.
No, I didn't understand.
I didn't have
God, we've nearly been on an hour. This has been pretty good. I didn't expect to actually be rambling. No, of course I did.
Yes, you did.
I did. To be fair,
what was going to be your last word?
To be fair, my last words were going to be, and we'll see you all this weekend at Soft 24 because I've been rambling for a year. Well, yeah, I quite enjoyed this. Might do more lives. I've earned £48.42 for waffling crap to everybody. Pretty bragging, really. Might do this every Friday. A few tinnies.
You've got to have a poker night and wine night now.
We've got to have a poker night. We hadn't had a poker night for ages. Yeah, that's another thing. We've been tied up with Slumber.
I don't know how John, one of them, did
the messages literally flick on and flick off on my screen. Yes, I normally have a poker night last Friday of every month. I don't know why I'm advertising this on here. But I haven't been able to have one because we've been so busy doing Soth. We've had like a month where I ain't done any work other than making bloody signs for Soth.
Pardon?
Kerry, can we not? I cut the pallet wood, I planed the pallet wood, I glued the pallet wood together, I then cut it into arrows, then I wrapped it in.
It's only wood without me making it look pretty.
And then I sanded it, then I wrapped it in masking tape, then I placed it in the laser for you, and you went boop, and then the laser went, and then I took it out, I lacquered it, I painted it, I stripped it, and I varnished it.
You don't like my room? You're sat in here now.
Yeah, because it's the cleanest room in the house. So yeah, I made the signs. Kerry pressed a button and designed it, but I definitely made the signs. I'm not even. She's done a lot, but I made them signs. Kerry designed them and pressed the button on the laser. So, alright, it was a joint effort. I did 90% of it.
You couldn't have done them without me.
I couldn't have done them without you, darling. No, you are right. It was you and your laser that put the little finishing touches on them.
I can see your face.
I know you can see my face. We're dropping down to 63 now. Look, we're losing people.
Domestic could keep them.
Yeah, get a bit of domestic going. It's Coronation Street. Everyone loves a bit of drama, don't they? I'm running out of things to say, I think. And to be fair, I could do with a pee as well. Brought my seal and I had a pee before we started.
Yeah, Chris needs to message when he's done. So
yeah, Chris, you get in touch when you've finished editing, and we'll get you round. So I think I've got some holes to drill in your van as well, haven't there? You wanted them doing. So I'll come round and we'll get all that sorted in one day. Have a look through all the pictures and see what's occurring with us. So Chris Fletcher, I'm sure you'll see him walking around at the weekend with his big camera with his daughter Ellie. So we've got a load of professional photographs coming soon once he's finished editing them all. But I can't remember how many he said he took, but I dare say it's taken him a while to get them all edited. So that'll be good to see that. It'd be nice to have a videographer next year. Oh wait, you did have. There will be a video live going on YouTube channel on. It's probably going to be Tuesday now because I'm hibernating for 2 days, and we're going to be doing 2 videos. One of the videos is the setting up, the sort of the backstage, the you know what you don't get to see from any other festival, because usually the guys with the cameras and the YouTubers turn up on festival day and just do a weekend shoot, but over 1,500 photos. But
Donna, I think I ended up in a few.
We've also done a setting up video, just as you know, from I kept saying instead of from farm to fork, it was from farm to festival. So there's going to be 2 videos going live, one of the setting up of the festival and one of the festival, which they contain many tears and tantrums, but they also contain an absolutely epic van life event which we was all part of, and I just wish
people liking my page because my sign's in the
background. Hang on, let's twist it around a bit better. It's moved.
9 people, 10 people have liked my page.
10 people have liked the page. There you go. Get some likes in. That's a bit of a better angle for you now. Little House of Laser custom gifts. I haven't sat in here to get those likes. We've literally sat in here because our house.
Why I've got mine up as well as yours, and thinking, God, I've had 10 likes in the past 5 minutes.
We've only just moved here in February, and the house it's well over 100 years old. It's proper falling apart. So this was like our priority, to get this little room done for Kerry, and it's took us months to do it. So we've been doing it on a budget, trying to sort of scrape it together and make it look as nice as possible. And it's the workshop for Kerry is the nicest room in our entire house, because
I work the hardest.
Because Kerry works the hardest. So that's why we're sitting in Kerry's room. It's because it's pretty and vibrant and not scratty looking. If I'm completely, it's either this or the bathroom, because that's quite nice as well. So I thought, can I sit on the bog or sit in here? It was a tough choice, if I'm honest. Kerry, show your face, you might get more page likes.
Oh dear.
I tried signing her up for OnlyFans, but she's not having any of that either. We are skint now. We are proper skint, but she's not having any of it. To be fair, she did say, I can't believe you're going live. I look like a right stick, because we haven't rested yet since Slumber. We've worked, so we did Slumber, we packed up, then we got home, and we've done a ridiculous day on Wednesday, a ridiculous day on Thursday. Both days, I'm exaggerating saying we finished at 11 at night? Both nights.
And I'm waiting for you to get off so I can turn my laser back on.
Oh yeah, she's actually got an order to do now, what's coming last minute, that she's waiting to do, because she's promised somebody it's a cake topper that they've been let down with, and that she's promised she'll do it tonight. Put it on, it'll be alright, it's not that noisy. If it's too noisy, we'll log off.
People might see me.
She could put the laser on, can't she? If it's too noisy, how about Winter Humberland? Okay, so this is something that what I would like to address with you all. Obviously, one guy wanted us to take Slumber on the Humber on tour to Wales in a 200-acre field, right? And so many people have said, are you going to be running multiple events? I am going to be completely honest with you all now. The reason I don't do events anymore is because of my mental health. I had an events business, and it literally nearly killed me. So to do this event for you guys once a year, I will do, and I will endure the stress and endure the anxiety and endure the pain and endure all that. But to put on more than one, I genuinely don't think I've got that in me. I'd love to do more, but if I'm completely honest, I much prefer attending festivals than I do organising them. I like to rock up on the day after all the graft's been done and sit there with my deck chair and a can of Stella and chat nonsense about my van to people. That is a much easier festival, and as much as you guys have enjoyed it, we didn't get to attend that festival. Me and Kerry and Sean and the volunteers didn't get to feel that buzz that you guys felt. So I don't really, I would love to do more and more and more for the sake of you guys, but painting a smile on my face for 8 years is what put me in the position where I felt like I needed to help people with their mental health, because it's really hard to put a smile on your face and pretend everything's okay because your job requires you to do that. And being in the events industry is one of those jobs where every single day you've got to go out and you've got to put a big smile on your face and you've got to pretend that everything in your life is wonderful, because there is children and adults that are expecting a good party, and you've got to deliver it because that's your job. And it's really, really, really hard, and I don't want to do that full time, hence why we're now in the van life and the van culture and doing things for, and I now have my campervan business, and we've got a very chilled and low key lifestyle compared to what we used to have. It's a very no frills lifestyle compared to what we used to have, but it's a happier lifestyle and we're really happy with what we're doing. And as much as I would love to put on 1 million festivals a year for you all, I don't want to, because I'm looking after these guys. So it'll be one. Back in the 90s, organised 3 vehicle events, and stress was a nightmare. You don't see what folks see. I know. Oh God, I got the gist of that, Chris. But it just disappears off my screen really quickly. But yeah, I don't want to do it. And what I am happy doing, as I mentioned earlier, I'm happy doing a few fundraisers. Just doing. I'm going to go do 3 peaks with my eldest son Alfie, and Andy, one of our volunteers. He wants to do it with us as well. So a couple of us might venture up there and do a bit of fundraising to help get some costs, get some money in the pot for next year ready, so we can make it even better. I was going to say even bigger and even better, but we're not going bigger. We're not going bigger. We don't want to go bigger. I think one thing we got right this year was the size. It was big enough to be Stella. It was big enough to get a good vibe and enough people there for it to be bouncing and electric, but not so big that we didn't have time to say hello to everybody when they came to us and keep it personal. So, but yeah, no more Slumber on the Humbers. 1 a year. I'm afraid that's all I've got in me. And so, to be fair, Kerry had multiple nervous breakdowns throughout the weekend, and I don't know how Sean kept it all together, but he runs security at big festivals. That's his job, so he's a legend. He really held it together, as did, as I said, the volunteers this year were ridiculous. We had a lot of volunteers not turn up, so it meant that we ran that entire event with, I think it was something stupid like 16 volunteers. One guy, Rob Snell, who lives in the village, he wasn't even signed up to be a volunteer. He just said, look, I'll come and help you on the day. On Friday, he stepped into that field at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, he stepped into that field and he flat refused to leave that field until the last van was parked up. 2 big don't work, keep the size real, 1 big happy family. Yeah, exactly. We'd keep it exactly the same size. We don't want it to go bigger. And he refused, and I believe he did something like a 13-hour day because he wanted to make sure that the job was done. Thank you, Lost Off Grid. It's rounded it up to 50 quid, so 50 or $50. Yeah, so we've made $50 and 43. That's, thank you. But yeah, what else to say? Still got 53 people watching us. Your stewards and security were brilliant, so happy and helpful. They were absolutely. We couldn't fault them. Honestly, the volunteers over the weekend. I felt bad because we were raising money for charity, and we was worried about actually getting having enough money. That was one of our big concerns, having enough money. That we didn't offer them, and we made it clear, but we didn't offer them food vouchers. So our volunteers. Usually when you go to these van life events, you get your free ticket and you also get a food voucher for every sort of working day or every festival day, or I'm not sure. And we didn't offer that. We made that clear from the beginning because we were raising money for the charity. One of our volunteers who was like early to to arrive, he made us sandwiches. Kieran,
Beautiful sandwiches.
and they were proper sandwiches. We're not.
Just a sandwich,
Yeah,
was it?
no, it wasn't just like 2 bits of bread with some stuff smacked in the middle. We're talking French baguettes, fresh tomatoes, lumps of cheese big enough to sort out ratatouille for a month. It was a proper sandwich, and they weren't
Did
just.
it sound like a seasoning for it and everything
It was.
on his tomatoes? Or...
Yeah, it was. And that's a guy who's come to. He came. He drove there using his fuel, his time. He's come to volunteer for the weekend, and he knocked up sandwiches for everybody. Offered me tea. Yeah, I've kept everyone on a bit long, haven't I? The numbers are going back up now. We're up to 57. I don't know if Ben's watching. Ben Troops just messaged me on Facebook. I don't know if he's watching this, but if you are, he's asking. He missed it how much we raised. So just in case you're here and you haven't seen, if you haven't you want to hear when we're thinking it. So basically, it is £3,662.74 per charity. Involved organisations for running the festival. We thoroughly enjoyed the weekend. We're looking forward to future events that you may do. Thank you. Well, I would say we've just discussed. There will only be one, but we are definitely moving forward and looking at Slumber on the Humber 2024. But yeah, for all of you that haven't seen it, it was £3,662.74 per charity, £7,325.49 total to be divided between the two charities, which are, of course, Mind and also the Bearded Fisherman. Next year, we have said that we're always going to keep it with mental health, but we are going to share the love. So next year, we're going to go with a different charity. We want to spread the love between other mental health charities, so we are going to always keep it with mental health because I think that helped with the ethos of the event and everything that was moving forward. But we are going to spread the love with different mental health charities moving forward.
Come on.
Are you firing the laser up?
No. John's part. Still think Donna was a legend for selling the amount of tickets she did. I hardly saw her all weekend. He just sat in the van something because he missed his wife.
Well, she was included with as our volunteers. Like every one of them was amazing. But yeah, Donna, she sold a lot of raffle tickets. A lot of raffle tickets.
A lot of books of raffle
A lot of
tickets.
yeah, not just a book, like books of raffle tickets. We had a bin bag of raffle tickets to draw from. We needed Donna. You have to excuse me sniffing because I've come down with the right cold since then, and I think I'm due a nose blow. We needed Donna for selling raffle tickets because she's very pushy and very gobby, which is exactly what you need to sell lots of raffle tickets.
That was rude.
Not rude. Not rude. She'll agree. She's a southerner. Oh, else everyone's gone quiet. It seems to be me waffling to 52 people.
You know what you're doing.
I think I put everyone to sleep. Or nodded off.
The baby.
So yeah, I'll 49. We're dropping. So I will finish off then because as I say we've done over an hour now. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect people to stay tuned to listen to me waffling for another hour. Hi Lottie. So lost my train of thought again.
Bye.
Yeah, pretty much. We had a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. We just spamming your TikTok link, boss. Hat make you vile. Which TikTok link? Obviously we've got Simply. We'll do a bit of plugging. We've got Simply Campervan Conversions. We've also got At Home with the Stamens, which fortunately hasn't been posted on for a while because it's a story of how we're turning this over 100-year-old property
It's
into.
my face on that a lot as well.
Yeah, Kerry's face is on there. If you wanna go look at At Home with the Stamens on TikTok, it's basically us doing up our very old house. Not much been posted on there recently because I've been too busy doing a festival for you lot. So yeah. Right, Stephen. See you later. Thank you, and see you next year. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah. If you want to have a look on there, don't forget we do have videos on our YouTube channel going. Possibly, I usually go Tuesday 8 o'clock. So that's probably when they're going to go live of the setup of the festival and also the actual festival itself. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you.
Oh, you've gone.
Right. Good night, guys. Love you. See you soon. Love you. Oh, here we go. Look, we've got. Bye, guys. Congratulations once again. Have a good weekend. Show well done. We are. Thank you for an absolutely fantastic weekend. I love CBD, Craig, Lorraine, Boo, but that ran off quicker than I thought. Yeah, thank you. We are going to go hibernate now. I'm going to finish this can of Stella. I'm off to go to sleep. And yeah, I am not getting up until Monday. We are going to order pizza and tell them to fetch it upstairs because I'm going to answer the door. We said we'll finish the festival, worked all week, and we are exhausted, run down, and we really could do with some kip.
Jessica's waving.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Just trying to read the comments that are coming in now. Cool. Right. Until next time, might do this again sometime.
Thank you again. Absolutely fantastic weekend. I love Craig, Lorraine, Bo, and Buddy the Budgie.
Buddy the Budget. I've seen that one.
Alfie says, "Hi Craig, meet you soon."
Yeah. The other I don't actually know how to. Thank you, Darren. I don't know how to turn this off. This. You might be stuck with me. Best Friday night. Tell it. Have a good rest. That's some.
TV must be really boring nowadays.
It must be, innit? I kept people engaged for 72 minutes, and now they're still sticking around while some idiot fumbles around trying to work out how you end a live, and still here. Still here. How do you end a live? Oh, is it the X in the corner? Oh, I found it. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Catch you on the flip side. Tomo, I shall see you soon. I have found how you end the live, so I'm about to push the button. So long!